Today, we're going to teach you that letter Y can live in the middle. But first, we have to explain that letter Y is a consonant at the beginning or the start of the word or syllable. What does that mean? Well, that means he's a consonant. That means he's a blue fly, because that's what we mark consonants off, as blue flies. And because he's a consonant, then he'll just make his yak sound, yeah. So if he's in the beginning of the word or beginning of the syllable, he'll make his yeah sound, as in yak, yes, yell, yellow. Notice letter Y is saying yeah. Now, let's move to the middle of the word or the middle of the syllable. Notice I have the letter Y there. Well, remember in parking spot 1, he was a consonant, a blue fly. In parking spot 2, guess what? He becomes a vowel, and vowels we mark off as houses. And if you remember, vowels can make short sounds or they can make long sounds. They can scream their letter name. But the rule is with letter Y, he's not allowed to have a short sound or a long sound. He has to borrow a sound from the vowel. So that's what he does. He borrows the sound from the Indian elephant when he's in the middle of the word. And you're going to learn that when letter Y is in the middle of the word, it's a vowel. And sometimes he'll be able to make a short sound, I, or the long sound, I. He borrows the sound from the Indian elephant. Well, let's go learn about the yak. Let's decode this word. First, we have to look for the vowel. There's a vowel there. And notice this letter Y. Letter Y can be a vowel when it's in parking spot 2, when it's in the middle of the word or middle of the syllable. Vowels we mark off as houses. Now, to keep decoding, we look after the house at this letter here. Is it a vowel or a consonant? It's a consonant. Consonants we mark off as blue flies. And now we have to figure out the sound the house is going to make. Well, if there's a blue fly next door, then the house is going to cry its baby sound because there's a blue fly next door. Which one's the baby stick? That's the baby stick, also known as the short sound. But look, it's letter Y. Letter Y doesn't have a short sound or a long sound, so it has to borrow a sound. An easy way to remember is this is the yak, and there's a blue fly next to him, so he would say icky. So bring in that Indian elephant. That's how he steals that sound. So now you can read the word if, myth. And myth is a word. So now we have to figure out, is it a closed syllable? Just remember, if there's a blue fly next door, then the house closes its door. So make a door on the house and close it up by filling it in. And then now you know it's a closed syllable. And just remember, closed syllables, it will always make a short sound. So now you know how to decode letter Y in the middle of the word or middle of the syllable. Just remember, always look after it. If there's a blue fly there, it's going to cry its baby sound. And then it's going to say I for icky. And then it's a closed syllable. So now you know how to decode letter Y. Let's decode our next word. Well, remember, we always look for the vowel, and there's letter Y in the middle of the word or the middle of the syllable. So that's a vowel. Then we keep looking for vowels. There's a vowel at the end of the word, and it's the elephant. So the elephant is going to be called silent E. We put a house over him so he can't speak, but we're going to have to check to see if he has superpowers. But first, let's look in between the houses to see what kind of letter there. That's a consonant. Consonants we mark off as blue flies. And now we have to see if the elephant has superpowers. Now, if he has superpowers, I put a star on him. If he has superpowers, he should be able to jump over the consonant or blue fly, which there is a blue fly there. And if this is a vowel, he can make this vowel scream its letter name. So guess what? It's silent E, because he's silent, with superpowers. So let's get the screaming stick out. Which one's the screaming stick? This one here, that's also known as the long sound. So he's going to be able to scream his letter name. But remember, it's the yak. He can't scream his letter name. Instead, he has to take over another vowel sound. And do you know who it is? It's the Indian elephant sound. So he'll be able to scream I there. Now, an easy way to remember this letter here that he gets to scream is just remember, it's the elephant that jumps over the blue letter, and then that yak becomes frightened because that elephant's going to jump into him and he'll scream, I don't like it. I. That's the sound he screams because he doesn't like the elephant jumping into him. So now we can read the word. Type. Did you notice the elephant was silent? Because it's silent E with superpowers. Now you can decode words with letter Y in the middle of the word or middle of the syllable. Just remember, when letter Y is in the middle of the word or middle of the syllable, always look next door. If there's a blue fly Then it's gonna cry its baby sound, and it's gonna steal the sound from the Indian elephant. It's gonna say eh. And remember, when letter Y is in the middle of the word and there's silent E at the end of the word, then the vowel's gonna scream its letter name. So now you know the rules when letter Y is in the middle of the word or middle of the syllable. Make sure you like and subscribe to Directional Learning.